do you guys ever get stressed about what you're going to wear on school days? Some of you guys do, right? Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna ask this a couple of times. I don't want a long answer, okay? What are some of the reasons why you guys get stressed about picking out what you're gonna wear on school day? Jody?
Sometimes I'm scared if I don't know if I have PE or not. Because like today I had PE, so I had to dress for PE. And I'm like,
Okay, so there's a PE factor. Okay, Lydia?
Same thing with that, but also like I want to make sure that I'm presentable or good in my opinion.
Yeah, so looking presentable, right? That's a good one. Anybody else? Jotham, you rose your hand real quick. You gotta look fire. You gotta look fire. You gotta look fire, right? You gotta make sure that the drip is strong, right? The drip has to be strong. All right, what about this question? Do you ever get stressed about how your hair looks?
Never.
And no, I'm not just looking at the girls, I'm looking at the guys too. Okay, all right. Why do you get stressed about how your hair looks, Lila?
because I don't want it looking bad.
You don't want it looking bad. You want it looking presentable. Sarah Grace. Yeah, okay, I got you. Jody. Okay, I got you. Alana?
My hair turns into an afro because the way it is, it turns into an afro, and I don't want to look like that.
Okay, I got you. Okay, cool. So we're gonna keep moving on.
Please.
So I want to kind of get a feel here because I think a lot of what we heard has to do with looking presentable, right? Caring about how other people see us and how other people allow us to be within their tribe and with their circles. I think we all can relate to the clothing part. I'll be honest with you. I did not fit in as a kid when it came to how I wore clothes. I wish I could. And I struggled with that for a long time, but I couldn't because number one, it was just a hard time finding clothes for someone my size where I lived in Kansas, all right, number one. And then number two, my mom couldn't afford the clothes because they were so big, right? It's the same thing with shoes. I never had like the nicest Jordans or anything like that because mom couldn't afford them. And then, you know, I had big feet as a kid and it was hard to get shoe sizes that big. But I think we all struggle sometimes with this idea of we want to look a certain way and present ourselves a certain way so that we can fit in. I'm about to be vulnerable with you and be transparent, not because it hurts me, but I'm actually embarrassed to say it. But there was a phase that I went through, I think it was freshman year in high school. The reason I forgot is because I tried to delete it from my memory, but I know that it happened and I know that it was there. It was when I was in this new transition in life, and I do think it was freshman year. I grew like 4 inches in 1 year. So I went from like 6'1" as a, how old are you when you're a freshman? I was going in for 8th grade and freshman year to now I was 6'5". And so I was kind of seen as kind of like cooler and older by like the older guys. Well, I really wanted to fit in with them. And so I remember I changed my language and how I talked for like 6 months. I went from being like a good connector, talker, to I went to using every bad word in the language, right? Using all the 4-letter cuss words. And I remember going through a season of thinking that that's what I needed to do to be cool. That's what I needed to do to fit in. I even changed the music that I listened to. I went from like Casting Crowns and Toby Mac to like Eminem, right? I went through a Michael Jackson phase, and Michael Jackson isn't wrong or anything, but I remember so much of transitioning a lot in my life. And I remember a lot of it was all so that I could feel like I could belong. And part of the reason why I became a bad foul mouther person, I don't even know what you call them anymore, was I wanted to be the life of the room. And so I also was that person that was loud for no reason. I was the person that would randomly shout because I wanted to be the class clown. Do y'all have class clowns in your classes?
Me.
Right? They're really like annoying. No one really says it, but like they really are like annoying. And I was that person for like 6 months of my life. And what I came to realize, especially later on in life, is that was really a burden. We came out of that series, right, talking about identity and how we so long to belong and how we so long to fit in. Well, that was in a period happening in my life where I was putting on this fake identity of who I thought I needed to be in order for other people to like me so that my tribe would like me. And it was something that really, really set me back a few months in my growth and development with Jesus. And so I want to share with you guys a recent interview and from LeBron James, who in my opinion is the GOAT. He was asked this question. He was asked if he gets nervous when he takes last minute shots. What do y'all think he said?
Yes.
Yes?
No.
Okay.
No.
He answered, he said, no, not anymore, because I'm him. He said, no, not anymore, because I'm him.
So we're pretty much halfway.
So a sports website said, you know that you're him when you have that type of confidence to say that, which causes others to cower in fear. And Morgan talked about this last week, though. We shouldn't have to tear others down in order to feel good about ourselves. I want to say that again so y'all hear that. The reason I share with you my story in the beginning, because we're going to tie this together. You should not have to tear other people down in order to feel good about yourself. This whole series of taking a bow and talking about humility, there is a humble confidence that comes from a different place, and it's a much lighter burden to carry than trying to be him or trying to be her. We're going to talk about two different burdens that I think a lot of students your guys' age carry in this phase in life. But I do want to ask a question like, what if you were just trying to be you? Like, I think a lot of us, again, we're talking about burdens. We carry all these heavy things, but what if you were just meant to be you? What if you were just meant to be Isaiah or Liam or Joanna? What does that actually look like? Could you answer that question?
Yes.
Like if someone were to ask you, what does it mean to be Jeremiah? Jeremiah, could you answer that question? Right? So some of these burdens that we have to overcome and be wary of is pride. The first one is pride. And pride is when we're constantly trying to prove our worth to people. Now, this may relate to some of you. I hope that you guys have your ears on because I think it will relate to all of you. And that is this. If you're struggling with pride, it means you're always comparing yourself to others, trying to outdo them. I struggle with this with sports. Always trying to outdo the next person, my next teammate. If you're struggling with pride, you're exhausted from putting on a show and you're pretending to be perfect. If you're struggling with pride, you're stressed about maintaining your reputation and your image, even if that image is a negative one that no one even likes. You're struggling with pride if you feel like you can never let your guard down or be vulnerable. Social media, we talk about all the time, but I actually thought about it in a different way that I thought was interesting. But a lot of times we present ourselves in a certain way, a way that's fake and not real. And you know, it's interesting when we post stuff like with filters or we post things that don't really display who we really are, we're looking for likes, right? But at the same time, when we get the like, we actually feel even more frustrated and more depressed because they affirmed a person that isn't real, that's not true to who you are. It's almost like this trap that the devil sets for us in trying to be something that we're not, and it just continues to increase our burden every single day because pride is a heavy weight to carry. Now, there's another burden that some of us struggle with. We talked about pride. The next one is the burden of feeling like you're never good enough. Like if you struggle with this, you're the person that doesn't want to take any risk or put yourself out there because you're afraid of failing, of looking stupid, of confirming of what you secretly fear, which is you're just not enough. Alana, now you can come up here and help me. So I have some weights here, and they're actually really heavy. I need you to carry this bag for me, okay? Can you come up here to this bag? All right. I think comparison is one that all of us struggle with. We try to be someone that we're not. Instead of walking in humility, worry about what other people think of us all the time. And so we start to carry that around. Maybe we start to change the way that we talk. Maybe we start to change the music that we listen to, like I talked about. Maybe we change the people that we hang out with. We do all these things, right? And we just continue to add weight. How heavy is that? It's not too heavy, right?
No, I carry my mom, so.
Okay. All right. So I use the social media example.
Jeez, how much is that?
Joanna, will you come up here? Will you hold this weight for me real quick? Do you got it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Do you need some help?
I got it. I got
Oh,
it.
you got it? You sure? Okay. There you go. All right. So come over here, face here.
I want to hold the 45 pounds so bad.
So maybe you're the person who has access to social media and you start to get this image of what the world tells you what you should do, how you act, how you talk, how you should look. So you start to put on some of these things, but deep down you're starting to feel like, what am I doing? Like, this really isn't me. Or like, I feel like I'm not enough. Like, I keep looking in the mirror and I keep seeing I'm never going to add up, right? And so you start to carry this burden around. How heavy is that, Joanna?
Very heavy.
It's starting to get very heavy. Here, you want me to give you a break? You got it? You got it? Okay, you're starting to carry it around. All right. All right, now, Isaiah, come here. I got a 40-pound weight. It's 40 pounds, right? That's not too bad, right? Okay. All right, you can come on my face. So maybe now, if you need a break, you can put it down. Don't drop it on your toes, okay? So maybe now you're the student who you start to seek negative attention. You're the person who's so desperate because you feel like no one likes you because of the mask that you put on. And so you start to seek negative attention, so much so where you're willing to do whatever it is. And this is pride. You're willing to do whatever it is. You're willing to be the class clown. You're willing to do everything that people tell you not to do just in order to seek affirmation and love. And so you're carrying that weight around, okay? All right, Liam, come here. That one. All right. All right. Here you go, Liam. You gonna carry this 40? All right. There you go. Or maybe you're like Liam, who, because he's carried this burden, and now you're at a point in your life where you feel like you're so lost that Jesus doesn't even love you, that you're not even good enough for God. And now you're carrying that burden. Now, we're going to do something very interesting, okay? Let's do this. So I'm going to help you, okay? Joanna, I'm going to take your weight.
Oh, I get to carry that. Yeah.
All right? I'm going to put it in here. All right?
Oh, we just put it on woman? I'm good.
Hold that.
Or around.
It's gonna end up
Right, grab it right here. Grab it right here. You got it?
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Bryson, it's okay. It's okay. All right. How heavy is that?
Pretty heavy.
It's not, it's pretty heavy. It's okay. All right, now let's take this burden that Isaiah has, because we're all the same person. We just got multiple personalities, right? Because people who struggle with this, they're not the same person in this building that they are outside of it, right? We all struggle with that. So let's see if we can fit this burden in here too. So go ahead and put it on the ground. We're gonna see if it will go in there.
Sorry, I don't think the whole thing going in.
I don't think it's gonna fit.
35 pounds, 40 pounds.
It won't even fit. Okay.
That's why you got put.
How about this then? This is what we'll do.
Hold it by itself.
You gotta put everything there first.
Turn around, Alana.
Oh gosh, okay.
All right.
Gosh, this might not be good for my back, but here we are.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Do you need someone to do it?
Nah.
No? But you have to hold this too.
Actually, I might do this near the stage because I don't want to drop out my feet.
Let me see. Hold it 2 hands. That's a lot, right?
Yeah, it's heavy.
Yeah, let's take a break. Yeah? Isaiah, I need you to come and do this real quick. Take on Alana's backpack. It's heavy. So do you guys notice just two struggles with identity, lacking humility? Alana can't carry it anymore. It's hurting her so much to the point she can't even take a step forward. All right, let's look at someone like Isaiah, right? He's a bigger dude. Played football. He's a senior, right? Graduating this year, getting ready to go to college, or maybe go to college. I don't know, whatever you want to do. Let's see how much burden he can carry. All right. So he's got this one. He's got this one. Feeling pretty good, right? All right. Now let's toss on Liam's burden. Oh, sorry. Thank you very much, dude. All right. There you go. All right. All right. How's it feel?
We have Johanna.
Do some curls, right?
It's lightweight.
It's not too bad.
Here, we'll have Johanna then. Come on.
Here, how about this? How about this? You guys go take a break. Go sit down. You guys go sit down. Thank you guys. Give them a hand. They did a great job. Great job. All right, I'm gonna keep talking, And I want you to walk slowly laps around the auditorium while I talk, okay? He probably will. He probably will. But he will also prove my point, and I promise that he will. Isaiah will eventually, even though he's strong, he's able to carry some of these fake identities, these seeking attention from other people, not really being his true self. He will eventually get tired. And when he gets tired, he's not only going to crash and he's going to burn. Okay? An important scripture that I want to share with you guys that y'all will be taking time to do in your individual time. Jesus says in Matthew 11:28, he says, "Come to me, all who are weary and carry heavy burdens." Guys, Jesus knows that the life that you guys are living right now at your age and your phase, it is hard. The temptation to conform, the temptation to be something that you're not, you guys have to fight with every single day. And so Jesus invites you to come to him and bring some of these burdens, not even some, bring all these burdens to him. And it comes with a promise. If you bring your burdens to Christ, he will give you rest. You see, Jesus offers us a different way to live. We don't have to live to fit into other people's standards. We don't have to live into the vision that other people have in our lives. We can just simply live for Jesus. Jesus goes on to say, how do we find that rest? Well, he says, "Take my yoke upon you and let me teach you." Do you guys know what a yoke is?
Yes.
A yoke is when you have a picture. I should have put a picture. I apologize. You have two cows. How you doing, Isaiah? Get a little tired? Yeah. Take a break. It's fine. Make it around one more time over here. A yoke is like a hookup for two cows, and they're pulling something heavy. And because the way the yoke is structured, two cows can pull like 10 times as much weight together than they are by himself. And Jesus says, "Hey, I'm going to use this example so you can see. Take my yoke upon you and let me teach you how to walk with this burden. Let me teach you how to walk in this life when you're faced with these challenges." You can stop right here, Isaiah, when you come. Because Jesus says that when you do that, because I am humble and gentle at heart, you will find rest for your soul. Pause right there, Isaiah. You're going to face everybody. So you walked, probably 4 or 5 laps around?
Yep, 30.
Yeah? It wasn't too bad at first, right?
No.
Felt like you was getting stronger. Felt like you could, something good was going to come for this. But eventually you crashed.
Nope.
How did it feel when you took all of that off?
I still feel it a little bit, but it's all right. I don't feel the best right now, but
But it felt good to let it go.
yeah.
Because you're not carrying what you were before. Give it up for Isaiah. Good job. Proud of you, man. You have a seat. You can leave all that there. You get all that seat. So Jesus says the key to finding rest is for our souls to come to him. When you guys follow Jesus, you will find rest. And I think if you guys will take time tonight, you have an opportunity to just kind of think about and reflect on some of the burdens that you're carrying right now, with pride, with the feeling of like you're never good enough. You can surrender that to him tonight, because Jesus says that he will give you rest. But in order to do that, you have to practice humility. You have to be able to say, "God, I'm tired of being this person that I know that I'm really not. I'm tired of feeling rejected by the people that I'm trying to earn their love and approval from. God, I just want you to love me. I just want you to show me who I am." But that takes humility, that takes vulnerability. And my question and challenge for you guys tonight is, are you willing to do that? Are you willing to be honest with God where you're at in your relationship with Jesus? Maybe some of you really haven't really engaged with the heart of who Jesus is. Maybe some of you guys are just caught up in the routine of going to youth group and going to church, but you're really not engaging in your relationship with God. We talked about that at Camp Caraway. And so I want to encourage you guys and challenge you to find time to do that tonight. Because when you follow Jesus, he says that he will give you rest. And so here's a question, and then I'm going to play some music. And I would like for you guys to come grab these, and then we can separate out. Is what burdens are you carrying right now that you need to give to God? What is something that is on your mind every single day that you're carrying that you need to let go and give to God right now? So with that, middle schoolers, I want to invite you guys first to come up, come grab your clipboards. When you grab your clipboards, go ahead and find a space in this room, and you can use the pen that's behind your chair. But when you're done, make sure that you put